principle of Allah's worshipfulness, Allah, God, doesn't really matter. This particular principle, is it the essence of God that makes him worthy of worship, or is it his personhood? Could you please answer that question?
I don't grant you the distinction between essence and personhood.
Why?
Why is a different question.
Why?
I don't grant you. I don't have to.
Okay, why?
I don't have to.
Why?
I don't have to.
You need to show a defeasibility criteria for that.
Don't interrupt.
I have to prove it. I have to prove the distinction. I can't let you just get away with that. You're going to have to explain why.
Move your hand.
You have to explain why.
Don't do this.
You have to explain why.
Right. So I don't grant you.
Why?
I don't grant you.
Why?
I don't need to give you a reason.
You don't need to give a reason why you believe something. So you can believe things for no reason at all. So here's the problem. I'm going to be nice and charitable to you. I know you are finished because I am going to explain the reason as to why there's a distinction between essence and person. So here's the problem. The essence of a particular being is what that being is. For example, human beings have human essences, which explain what we are. We have hands, we have feet, we have eyes, we're able to think, but that doesn't explain who you are. What's your name, sir? You don't have to say it for the camera, just make up a fake name. What's your name?
Do you see how?
John. So, John over here would not just be his essence, he would be a person. A person would be who that particular thing would be. Now, I believe rocks have natures. I don't believe rocks are persons. I believe human beings have natures and they're persons. And I also believe that that distinction applies to God as well, because God isn't simply a what. God is a who as well. So if you don't believe in that distinction, now you need to give the feasibility criteria as to why, because I've given actual criteria as to why you should accept it. So why does that distinction not exist? Let's hear the reason.
The question I was asked you earlier on is so simple.
I'm going to answer the question.
Do you believe and accept the Father is God?
And what was my answer?
Either in essence or in nature?
You never said that. Wow. When did you say that? You're now saying yes. But so you accept the distinction?
Excuse me, listen.
Do you accept the distinction though?
Let me speak or not?
Of course, if you answer the question. Do you accept the distinction?
When I'm speaking, I request you be civilized and let me state what I have to state.
I think it's perfectly civilized to interrupt a person when they're filibustering. We must make sure that we stay on point to whatever it is that we're saying. Now, insulting me as a polemicist means nothing. All I've done is bring an idea forward. I brought a distinction, something to help us understand what's going on. Hi, here's the problem. It's absolutely a conversation. Here's the problem that we have. But you're not speaking truthfully. When I bring this particular distinction, you need to be able to show a reason why that distinction isn't true. So what we're going to do is we're going to let him speak for as long as he needs to, and we're going to see whether or not he can give a reason as to why the distinction isn't true. All right, we're going to put the stopwatch on. Go ahead, Mansur.
Did you agree with
the no, I'm putting a stop. No. I'm putting a stopwatch on to see how long he's speaking.
Don't interrupt.
We'll see. Go on.
As we've seen, because they cannot handle.
Basically, let's say for example you get away from a point. Let's say you're getting away from a point. Of course, I would interrupt you to make sure that we stay on topic. You spoke to me. I'm just responding to that. So that's the response.
Because he doesn't want to accept my definition, so I'm saying, in whatever way you see
when did I say I don't want to accept it? I'm just asking clarifying questions. Clearly, I'm just asking questions to clarify.
Or a person, answer the question. Do you consider the Father as God in any way, shape, or form? That's it.
So if that's what you're asking, again, I just want to make sure that we're clarifying. He wasn't able to answer my question. Remember the question, everyone. Remember the question. There's a debate, of course. Remember the question, Mansur. My question to you was whether, if that's annoying, that's okay. I haven't touched you. I know it is. Now, here's the problem. My issue to you is as follows. I asked you, what is the reason or the principle for God being worthy of worship? Is it his nature or is it his person? You know his explanation? Your explanation was, well, God has to be perfect because he's a necessary being. But that doesn't tell me whether Allah is a necessary being because he's a person or because of his divine nature. And you know that. So now I'm going to ask you the question again. And I'm going to be even more charitable to you and do the following. I'm going to answer your question. I believe that the Father is God, worthy of worship, because of his divine nature. But I want to ask you the question.
Okay.
Is God God because of his divine nature or because of his personhood? Please answer the question.
What was the answer? Is the Father God? Was that yes or no?
Nature.
Was that
God
yes
is
or
God
no?
by his divine nature.
So he is God. Fine. So remember what I said? I gave him the flexibility in whatever way, shape or form.
I love the
You
theatrics though.
believe-
You know you complain about my theatrics and
Why
now
are you
you're doing
interrupting?
theatrics. I'm just commenting. I'm not
That
interrupting
really
your flow of
shows-
speech.
That really shows how weak and feeble you are. Because
How
if
am I
you
weak
want
and feeble?
Yes,
That's
yes.
embarrassing,
So-
honestly,
so
man.
listen then now.
You gotta make sure that
Right.
you're not doing random
so
insulting
as I'm
here.
speaking, notice how many times it's trying
Now
to
we're
interrupt.
doing meta. He's now trying to explain to
Do
you
you see that?
what the debate is about the debate.
Let us decide what he's trying
Continue.
to do. Don't-
Exactly,
You see the point?
exactly.
Don't
But
comment.
he's
As
commenting on
as
me.
I'm trying to
He's
explain,
yeah, he's
asked you a
commenting on me.
question. He asked you a
Exactly.
question.
And I answered, did I not, my friend?
Answering
Did I not
several
answer the
times.
question?
I am here 2 minutes.
Of course.
And I hear your theatrics.
Yeah.
I see how you interrupting him.
And so
Let the-
in that
listen,
2
listen.
minutes, you
Out of
also heard my
respect,
answer, and
my
I
friend,
appreciate
out of
you.
respect.
Out of respect,
Out of-
I gave you his
respect
answer.
yourself.
I gave him an
Respect
answer, and you
yourself.
know that as
And
well.
please,
Now, for everyone listening here, can anyone remember my answer? What was my answer? It was, of course, the essence of God that makes the Father God. That's what I told him.
when I've asked him the question,
have dignity.
I asked him
Dignity.
Yeah, for yourself.
Okay,
first of all.
why don't I
For
have
yourself.
dignity? You're saying I lack
Number
dignity.
Number one.
I have to address it, saying I
number
lack
one.
dignity, unfortunately.
Look, listen,
Yes.
number one,
Yeah.
you talk.
No. I know. I want to talk with him, but when you have people that want to come and defend a person, you're gonna have to respond. So here's the thing: I must defend
You
my
see-
dignity
you see now-
because of the fact that you're
He
speaking
asked
over
me.
me.
question,
He's asking me why should
He
I
keeps
have
calling me a
dignity?
polemicist, and he's not
explaining
able to prove it. Now I
He's
put the
asking
volume
me now
down.
questions.
Continue, please.
Right. So when I gave him the flexibility of
Yep.
this term God, I said, okay, do you accept God the Father in your belief of God?
Yo.
Do you accept him in God?
All right,
in
we're gonna
any
give 5 minutes.
way, shape, or form? So he said yes. Good. So we have established now God, Father is God.
Yep.
Okay? So that's not half a God, or 1/3 God, or a quarter God. That's a full God. One full God. Is that right?
When you say full God, what do you mean? Full.
When I say full, I mean
I think he's truly God. I think he's truly God.
when I say full, I mean he's not half or a third or a quarter. It's
That's
one
not telling me
whole,
what it
complete
is.
God.
You're telling me what full isn't. You're not telling me what full is.
I'm telling
what
you,
is
full means
Yeah.
it is not half.
So full means it's not
Don't
something.
interrupt.
Can
I'm
you show me what it
explaining.
is?
I am don't interrupt.
Because he's not defining the word.
So every time, notice how many times he does that. Every time trying to explain, he's going to interrupt. So I'm saying a full God is a complete God, is a whole God. It's not part God, it's not a quarter,
whole
it's
God?
not a third, it's not
A whole God? Seriously?
It's a one whole complete God. Do you agree with
Again,
this?
no, that particular phrasing is absolutely shambolic. Not even the Christians that use the
So-
term fully
so the
God
opposite
in
is true
their
then.
creeds is good.
If you don't
so
believe in a whole
I
true
believe
God,
that
is that
Christ
part
is
God?
truly God. I don't use the word full or half because that is fraction language. I don't use fraction language for God, which is why he wanted to use it. I
I
think
want you
that
to
being
explain
God
to
is
me.
either a true statement
Either
or a
he
false
is
statement.
whole
So
God
I think he's
or less than whole
truly
God.
God. So you
Okay.
need to substantiate why that language
Listen,
is used
listen,
for God
I'll tell
without
you.
objecting to fraction
tell you.
language. Now here's the thing.
If a
I
being
answered
is
his
a
question
being,
already.
either this being is a one whole being,
Or he's half a being.
or is a half or a quarter or a third.
How can he be half a
Is-
being?
Well, that's exactly what I'm trying to eliminate.
Go on.
So is he a half
No.
God?
Is it possible for a thing to be half a being?
Answer this question.
You said, remember,
Is he a half God?
he said to all of
Or
us
a
here,
full God?
I'm going to answer your question. He said to all of you
Notice
listening,
how he's
he
gonna
said
avoid answering questions.
that people can either be, not people, that a thing can either be half a being or fully a being. Could you give me an example of a half being, please? Go ahead.
When I am saying, I want to
Oh, man.
qualify with
It's
you
been real. It's
and
been
to
real.
you, when we're talking about a whole God, what I mean by that, it's
No,
not
no,
like,
a whole being, a whole being. Go
no,
on.
don't interrupt.
Hi,
How
whole
many times
being,
you
please.
interrupting?
You've interrupted me multiple times, so I think that was pretty much out the window. So here's what we're going to do. Unfortunately, I have to go and grab some pizza. I've got to wrap up, and I appreciate you. Here's the problem.
Go.
No, here's the issue. Now, he tried to make this an issue and say that there are multiple gods. He said I have to defend the fact that there are multiple gods. He couldn't convince a life of us that there are multiple gods. He wasn't able to substantiate that there were multiple gods. You know what he said his definition of God was? One that's worthy of worship. And then I asked him, what does it mean to be worthy of worship? It's the reason why I worship your essence, all your person, and he wasn't be able to do so. So therefore, given the fact that he wasn't able to show the nature-person distinction, he wasn't able to talk about it. He said that he can't even grant the distinction. And so we kept him on the conversation, and he packed up his stuff and he ran away. So, thank you so much for everything, guys. It's been real. I'll see you all next week. Thank you. To find me on Jerome Triple Web on YouTube. Thank you for everything, guys. Thank you.